All right, so we're gonna set ourselves up on our wedge, T-bolster.
We doctored it from there, so that's what I got.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Until they shut it down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's neat.
In the my early days.
Yeah. So if you have any back stuff, make sure you give yourself a little bit of space between you and that stem bolster. If you want more of a back bend, you can be nice and close. And then when you come down, really making sure that the spine is in line with the bolster. Push into the soles of your feet. Lift up the flesh of the butt and just slide the flesh of the butt away from that bolster. Walk the feet in as close to your butt as you can, and then soles of the feet are going to clap, knees are going to come apart. Let your arms come out beside you. Let the elbows hit the floor. And then rotate the arms to bring the thumbs close to the floor. And just take a couple breaths there with that strong rotation. As you do that, think about the shoulder heads melting evenly down towards the floor, evenly over both the two sides of the bolsters. Feel that the bolster is straight with the spine and the shoulders are evenly spaced over the bolster. Then think about the floating front ribs coming to one another and rooting into the bolster. Gently root the elbows and the backs of the hands. Shoulder heads root down, and then just move the skin of the armpits and the armpit chest up towards the sky. And begin by becoming aware of your natural breath. As we start to move awareness into our bellies. With each inhale, feel the belly expanding. And with each exhale, feel as if you could pull the belly down towards the earth. So as you inhale, feel the belly expanding up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, think about pulling your navel down towards the floor. If at any point it becomes too intense on the hips or it tugs into the knees, we bring our knees together. And then I'll just grab you a little more support for the outer thighs. Harry, do you want blocks for these guys? Or blocks for your preference?
Please.
No problem. Now that you've found the rhythm of the breath, let's begin to count. Belly rising, 1. Belly falling, 1. Belly rising, 2. Belly falling, 2. So on and so forth, continue to count each and every one of your breaths. Let's count 10 more rounds of breath here into our bellies before we once again return to our natural breathing. When those 10 rounds of breath are complete, returning again to your natural breath. If they're fatiguing, bring the knees together, give yourself a little rest, and I'll grab you some more support as we allow our awareness to move into the rib cage. And with each inhale, feel the back ribs expanding down to the bolster. And with each exhale, feel the back ribs lifting light off the bolster. Inhale, back ribs expanding down into the bolster. Exhale, back ribs lifting light off the bolster. And allowing the breath to move from the back rib cage to the side ribs. And allowing the breath to move from the back ribs to the side ribs to the front ribs. Inhale to feel the whole rib cage evenly expanding. Exhale to feel the whole rib cage evenly contracting. Now that we found the rhythm of the breath, let's begin to count. Ribs expanding, 1. Ribs contracting, 1. Ribs expanding, 2. Ribs contracting, 2. And so on and so forth. Continue to count each and every one of those breaths. There should be no forcing, no agitation whatsoever, just effortless effort. Let's count 10 more rounds of breath into our rib cage before we once again return to our natural breathing. And once those 10 rounds of breath are complete, returning to your natural breath. Always listening to your hips and your knees, and if you need a break, give yourself that break. As we allow our awareness to move into the upper chest and shoulders, let's first begin by breathing into the back shoulders, the shoulder blades, the trapezius muscles, maybe even breathing into the back of the neck. And as you inhale, feel that space. as if it's expanding down into the bolster. And as you exhale, feel that space as if it's lifting off the bolster, slightly light. Inhale, back shoulders expanding down into the bolster. And exhale, back shoulders lifting just a wee bit light off the bolster. And then let the back shoulders move. Breath from the back shoulders into the armpits, armpit, chest. So first the back shoulders fill, and then the breath moves into the armpits, armpit, chest. And then letting the breath move from the back shoulders to the armpits, armpit, chest, into the sternum and the collarbones, even breathing up into your throat. With each inhale, feel that space as it expands. And with each exhale, feel that space as it gently contracts. Now that you found the rhythm of the breath, you begin to count. Chest expanding, 1. Chest contracting, 1. Chest expanding, 2. Chest contracting, 2. So on and so forth. Continue to count each and every one of your breaths. Let's count 10 more rounds of breath into the upper chest and shoulders before we once again return to our natural breathing. When those 10 breaths are complete for you, once again, returning to your natural breath. Fire up your feet, fire up your leg muscles, bring your hands to your outer thighs, pull in your navel, and use your arms as well as your legs to bring the knees together. Then once those knees are touching, we're going to keep the knees touching as we heel, toe the feet apart. Taking the feet as wide as we can with the knees touching. And just glancing towards those knees, make sure the knees are level, that one knee is not higher than the other. If If you feel your knees at all, you walk the feet a little closer to one another. Very, very important that the baby toe edge of the foot is straight. With a nice big inhale, we're going to reach our fingers up towards the sky, lengthening the arms any amount we can. We're then going to cross the right arm over the left arm, reaching around the sides of the shoulders, maybe even grabbing onto the shoulder blades if that's available to us. Gently rooting the arms down into the chest as you give yourself a nice hug. And then just gently rocking your head from side to side, just a little bit. Rock your head from side to side. And then stop with your chin in center. Big old exhale to empty, squeezing out every last drop. And then once you're empty, first the belly's going to fill, then the ribs are going to fill, then the chest is going to fill, and then you're going to empty the chest, followed by the ribs, followed by the belly. So we want to feel this wave of breath going up the spine, and we want to feel that same wave of breath coming down the spine. Continuously focusing on your body from the inside as you feel those waves of breath washing up and down your spine. Now that you've found the rhythm of the breath, let's begin to count. Belly 1, ribs 1, chest 1, exhale 1. Belly 2, ribs 2, chest 2, exhale 2. So on and so forth, continue to count each and every part of your breath. There should be zero forcing and no agitation mentally or physically. Remember, you can always do a little bit less, a little less of an effort, a little less of a depth of breath. With our next exhale, we're going to empty out the lungs completely. And with the following inhale, we're going to reach our fingers back up towards the sky, lengthening the arms. And then crossing the left arm over the right arm, coming along the sides of the body, reaching around for the shoulders, giving yourself that nice hug as you just gently rock your head from side to side. Stopping with your chin in center, big old exhale to empty. And then once you're empty, first the belly fills, then the ribs fill, then the chest fills, and then emptying the chest, the ribs, the belly. No forcing, just a nice controlled breath. Now that you found the rhythm of the breath, begin to count. Belly 1, ribs 1, chest 1, exhale 1. Belly 2, ribs 2, chest 2, exhale 2. So on and so forth. Continue to count each and every one of your breaths. With our next exhale, we're going to empty out completely. And with our next inhale, we're going to reach our fingers up towards the sky, lengthening the arms any amount we can. Reach, 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 reach. And then just let those arms come down beside you, palms facing up. Let the shoulders relax. Close your eyes and find that natural breath. And just let your body process all that work, all that energy. And then heel, toe the feet back to one another. We're just going to roll off to our right side. Right arm's going to become sort of almost like supporting us. Left arm's going to come in front. We're going to push ourselves up. We're going to come into tabletop position to start with, just to loosen up our hips a little bit.